welcome to the first episode of On the Line podcast, starring myself, Elquan, and my two brothers, Unique and Mess. What's good,
Yo,
fellas? How y'all feeling?
what's good, bro?
Feeling,
Hell yeah. What up, soldier? Talk to me. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Today was a rainy day, so I relaxed, you know what I mean? But I'm all right though. How you?
Sir, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm ready to get this first episode going. You know what I mean? We're super excited. That's it. What about you, Mess?
I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm having a good day so far. I'm excited to be on the podcast with the bros. But
That's
yeah,
fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's fire. So before we get into today's topic of discussion, I just want to go over a little description as to why we're here. So for everybody who don't know, we're going to be shedding light on the ups and the downs, the good and the bad in today's world. You're going to be educated. You're going to laugh. Shit, you might even cry. But we are all here to discuss all the glories of life. So with that being said,
Uh,
before we jump into today's topics, we're going to ask each other our word of the day. So my word of the day, I'm motivated. That's how I'm feeling. So I'm gonna go motivated for the day. What about you, Mess? Talk to me. Word
I'm
of the
use
day.
the word excited. I'm excited about doing this podcast. We're finally getting this aired out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
where we gonna go with this? That's what my word is. Excited, excitement.
I like that. I like that. I like that. Excited. What about you, Unique?
I'm focused, man. Like I always said, man. I'm just focused on my next steps in life, bruh. So
How
that's
you
my word.
feeling?
Okay,
Y'all
focus.
ready to get this thing started?
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I
All right.
mean? Let's do it. So,
Oh,
Mess, we're gonna start off with our topics. What you got for us, Pep?
All right, I'm gonna
topics,
start
bro.
off. I'm gonna start off with the first topic. I'm gonna start off with how do y'all feel about who has the harder life, women or males? And
Who has a harder life?
I'm talking about kind of like when you first are able to be an adult and be independent on your own and stuff like that, like able to have kids, live on your own. Like who y'all feel like has the hardest life?
Hmm.
Uh, that's a
Well,
tough
Cause
question
I'm
because
gonna start off with Unique first. Go ahead, Unique. You go ahead. You go first.
all right, my bad. I didn't know who. I was just gonna jump in there. But
yeah.
listen, though, right? So women, right? They have a hard life when it comes to certain things. I feel like that's why it's a tough question because
It's
you know we
situational.
it's situational. You know what I mean? So say if somebody had to walk down a dark alley, who would you pick to do it? You would pick the man to do it because it's less likely something might happen to him. So as a woman walking through a dark alley, there's creeps out there, and usually the creeps is men. So something might happen to that woman just because of that. She's an eye piece. You know what I'm saying? Something might happen.
Mm,
And women don't have to take the burden of laying their life on the line when it comes to their family, but the man does. You
right.
know what I'm saying? So it evens out. I feel like I don't really feel like nobody has the harder life. It just depends on what we're talking about, what situation we're talking
I kind of like that answer. I do like that answer. How about you, El Breeze?
I feel like it is kind of hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because if you got a woman at her full potential, and then you got a man at his full potential, you know what I mean? There's really no harder because a man's gonna do probably the more physical end, but a
about.
female is gonna hold that shit down on an emotional tip, on a mental tip, on a home tip, with the family tip, and she not really gonna a good woman. If I'm talking about the ideal woman, is gonna do that shit with pride. She gonna feel good about it. You know what I mean? So
So I'm just gonna piggyback off of what you were saying. I'm gonna be like, I feel the same way you kind of feel, but the way you kind of explaining it is like males are meant to be men, and that's their job. So it's like physical hard shit.
yeah,
That's
it's embedded in us to feel to be that provider. You know what I'm saying? Like a real man is
Right,
gonna it's in his mind. He's not gonna feel able to sleep as good as she's sleeping when shit is due. You know what I'm saying? Or because she in her mind, her man ain't about to see her fucked up. Her man ain't about to have her homeless. You know what I'm saying? So,
mm,
right,
but nigga, it's us that's sitting up all night trying to figure out that next step for our family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I disagree with you on that.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
because I feel like females do the same thing. They just do it. I feel like they do it 10 times worse than us because they are emotional. So they thinking
okay.
of every aspect of everybody's feelings, how everybody gonna how everybody feel. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think truly, just off alone, females have a harder life for two reasons. Because you said full potential makes sense, and you was only saying the physical part. That's what makes a man have a harder life. Two reasons I feel like women have a harder life is just because they have a period and they have kids that they got to carry in their stomach for 8 months.
That does factor into having a hard time in their life for sure, and having a period all the time is tough for sure.
And having to nurture those kids when they come out. You know what I'm saying? Just like pregnancy is not just you pregnant. It's like after pregnancy, dealing with
Right.
the baby. So that whole process, we don't have to deal with a lot of shit. You feel me? They have to deal with way more than we do. That's what I feel.
You're basing that off of them getting pregnant and having their period that they have a harder life, or because that's a tough time for them.
Well, I would say just off of periods, you know that shit is mind altering. It changes your mood and shit. Changes your mood. You got to deal with that. You got to go to work still while bleeding down there. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with people. And then pregnancy is a whole job in itself.
Right.
And
Okay.
9 times out of 10, they dealing with the kid more than the nigga is.
I'm starting to believe I'm a little insensitive when it comes to a woman giving birth and having a period because every time this topic comes up when I'm talking to anybody about it, even when I'm talking to my wife about it, right? I just don't feel like that's not a terrible time to go through. It's a hard time, but comparable to, most of the time when police is shooting men, I mean shooting people and killing them is us. It's men. All we doing is getting shot down by each other. We're getting shot down by police. We got to go outside. Listen, we got to fight our women's battles. How many times does a woman fight our battles? A woman can't fight our battles because we have battles with grown men. So she can't help that. But we can stop her from fighting a lady because we don't want her face scratched up, shit like that. A lady ain't gonna pull out no gun 9 times out of 10 and shoot this girl, but I can stop her from fighting her. I can't expect my wife to stop a man from coming up on me and try to stab me or shoot me. You know what I'm saying? It's so I don't know about them having a harder life. Like I said, it's situational. It goes back and forth. You know what I mean? Because they
Yeah,
definitely have tough times. But I'm not. I can't. You said I can't base it on them having their period and having pregnancies because that's just a way of life.
And that's part of life though. So
It is. Yeah.
it's like what I would just say like just put yourself in their shoes and
Yeah.
how would you feel when you bleeding in between your legs and you gotta clean that shit up and it's stinking and all types of weird shit. Or you dealing with pregnancy, having to carry the baby, your body changing, pain,
all right.
epidurals,
So, but
C-section,
you,
shit like that.
what about the women who never have a baby? Is their life harder than a man's?
They still gotta go through periods.
Periods. I can
I,
admit period is probably tough, but I don't want to classify her life being
yeah.
hard. Like we're projected to the
I'm
world.
telling you right
Yo,
now.
a man is perceived to the world like we just gotta like we like for instance, right? I'm a gentleman at heart. You know what I mean? I don't mind these things, but in a man's nature. He's supposed to get up for his seat for a woman. You know what I mean? Like he's supposed to hold the door for a woman. You know what I mean?
You
So
not know that's why we have a lot of more testosterone and they have estrogen. That's why we're
right.
stronger. We're built. We got muscles.
Exactly. So that would we're designed to have the harder aspect of life.
Meaning design for physical parts of it that's easier to us than it is for women, but we're not designed to deal with periods or pregnancies.
I think
Right.
I
I do
think
give
that's
it up
how
to the
men
women
don't.
though. I,
Yeah.
I
Can
give it
I
up
ask you
to
a
them.
question, bro? You don't think that shit would be super hard for you to walk around with a baby in your stomach 8 months?
Yeah. Of course. That's why I said I
Yeah.
salute nigga, I salute the women that do that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
part that's part of life. Life, we're talking about life harder. Life period. That's alone. I'm telling you, if we was happening to deal with that, that shit is a lot. And emotions. I could say period, pregnancy, and emotions.
You
So
know what? I'm
listen,
starting to
right?
believe. I'm starting to go with Merv on this though, because even men kick women down. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a time where women couldn't even vote. We're not just talking about black women. We talk about white women couldn't even vote. You know what I'm saying? So it's because
Pregnancy.
it's a man's world.
You know
It's
they
a
get
man's world. So
black people
yeah,
get
women
shit.
definitely have it a little hard. I feel you.
Black people get shit last, but women really get shit last. You know what I'm saying? They took last to vote, last to be in the army, last to military, last to be in a judicial center.
I see where you go. I see where you go with you trying to get the
Nah,
women on your side.
it's not even that. It's just I'm just
I
being
tell you what,
honest.
one thing they're not gonna like he said though is that the period stink. It ain't supposed to be
Yeah.
stink. It ain't supposed to be stinking.
Nah, nigga, that
they
shit's
can be,
stank,
they can be like,
man.
I don't know what the hell he talking about.
Yo, I definitely yo when I said it, I was like, why the fuck I say that?
uh, but no, we got to move on from this topic. This next topic, man. Next topic.
All right, the next topic we're gonna go to we're gonna talk about
Hold on, hold on,
Kanye.
hold on, hold on, hold on. Before we jump, unique is a male harder or is female's life harder?
It's
That
hard. Like I
like
said, I think it's situational. I got to keep it there, man. I don't
situational
want to. I don't want to do it to the women like that and pick us. I don't want to do it to the men like that and pick them. I can't do it.
mess
Females.
females. I'm gonna say males. Now, viewers, I need you to drop in the chat who you think, male or female, whose life is harder. Let us know.
Yo,
Boom.
All
Let's move
right.
on
matter
to
of
that
fact, we're
next
gonna put
topic.
a poll up on the social media. Y'all gotta tune into the social media, check out the poll, vote on the poll. We're gonna bring it back to the other chat and see who got the highest percentage.
Boom.
Right.
Let's do it. Next topic.
Next topic is Kanye West
Oh my God.
interview with DJ Academics. How y'all feel about that?
Oh my God.
Go
Yo,
ahead,
that's
Al. Go ahead,
yeah,
Al.
yeah, that's a mixy interview. I ain't gonna lie. That video was an hour and 22 minutes. But to me, it was so good that I went back and I did 2 hours and 44 minutes, meaning I watched that shit twice.
That's crazy. That's what's up.
And I was like, yo, nigga, yo,
Yeah.
Kanye is a different breed, brother. He is different.
I feel like
Um,
Kanye West is autistic like Elon Musk, bro.
nah, he is like, yo,
Just
do
because you
not,
autistic don't mean you're not smart.
that meant,
I
no,
don't think Kanye's
absolutely.
autistic. I
I
think
don't
he
think he's
um
autistic.
he lost his mind somewhere though, but he's not
I don't
autistic.
even know that far. I think he did get so deep into the political end of this fucking rich shit that it is in a form of
Right. Right.
driving him crazy. Like it's overwhelming
Right.
him to where he's exploding, and not too many people really expose what he's doing. He talked about everybody, like he's going down on, you know what I mean? Like not too many people really develop that courage to really open a mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like I would like the you know that was out for him, you know, all of that shit. That shit might be a little bit dragging, you know what I mean? He might be a little crazy thinking they want to kill him or whatever, but we don't know. You
Yeah,
know what I
I'm
mean?
not thinking. I don't think he's crazy because they want to kill him.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that him for thinking that, you know what I mean? Because like you said, he don't even know who them are. You know what I mean? He don't know who they are. You know, he
Jay
just
Z,
know that
he
they're
do know
coming.
who they are.
You know what I mean? Like these people, like
Lucian Grain, Jay Z.
yo, he got it out for Jay Z. He definitely said it. Hey, or Beyonce. He said, "Nigga, don't say my friends."
Yeah, that's the people he talking about want to kill him. That's why he keep on going to Japan. He feels safe in Japan.
Right. He mentioned that to academics. He said he was gonna go to Japan or
First of all, if he felt safe in Japan, he shouldn't tell nobody that's where he's going and that's where he feels safe at. That's why you know the man's mind ain't right. And two, first of all, this nigga, listen, all right. So Kanye, right? He knows a lot. And it's like like Al said, it's overwhelming him that he knows this information. But he feels like people should know this information, so he gives it to us in the rawest form possible because he
pause.
has no fear of anybody trying to attack him because he doesn't care to die a martyr. He doesn't want to die. He doesn't care how he dies. He wants to be known for what he did before he died and why he died. That's the type of
100%.
motherfucker. Listen, when you get that type of money, I feel like that's what they care about. That's all they care about is the type of legacy you leaving once you leave, man. And
That's a
Kanye,
good point.
he's building a big statement by wearing the shit he was wearing. It's like a KKK, what's the name? But it's all black.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
Right.
black. You know what I'm saying? So he's like turning the narrative on it, and then he's
You got
just
the
saying a lot of
swastika
stuff that is
chain.
true.
You see the chain?
But
Yeah,
here's the
so
thing: nobody's trying to kill Kanye. Nobody's trying to kill Kanye because they want to keep making a mockery out of this black man. They know damn well that nobody's going to truly believe him or going to do anything about what he's saying. So they're going to say, okay, let him keep pushing what people think are just conspiracies and make him look even stupider as the days go. They're gonna what they killing him for? Kanye can't stop nothing. I feel like they're only gonna kill somebody who can stop something, like they killed Malcolm X. I mean, yeah, they killed Malcolm X. They killed Martin Luther King. They
Yo, I
killed
think
John
he's
F.
just getting
Kennedy.
started, though. I think he's just getting started. You know
They
what I
killed
mean? I
John F.
think
Kennedy.
he
These
got a
motherfuckers can
lot.
actually stop something.
no, they be
Yeah.
bodying niggas. They be putting shit down, bro. You tripping?
Think about it. He put that on academics platform. You know what I mean? What platform he
Uh,
going to next with it? You know what I mean? So it's like,
Nah, but
you
nah,
already
but
he's already
he's
doing this
going from the
with.
top to the bottom.
Nah, he's
He's
really
going from the
like
top to the bottom because he goes to the Breakfast Club and all other shit. But he went to DJ Academic and Academic is still on the bottom. He's just
no,
the best on the
know,
bottom.
no.
no.
I think Academic is on the bottom.
Academic
I
is
think he's the
not on
best
the
of the bunch.
bottom.
He's definitely
Well,
not.
I
Yo,
might be wrong. I might
his
be wrong. I don't know.
platform is big enough to get that message across for a fact.
Yeah, he not. He not on the bottom. You tripping? That's kind of like the perfect person that he did it with. To be honest,
Yeah,
like
yeah, culture
not too
king.
mainstream, but he popping just
Just
enough to get my
yeah.
word out there. You feel me?
He don't want
And
the
if Ac-
mainstream motherfuckers. He want the little guys that can still get the message across.
and if
And
Academic hear this, man, I ain't even trying to say you on the bottom because I know we on the bottom. I just misinformed
yeah,
because I don't really watch that much.
There's
But I feel
DJ
like he was
Academic,
on the bottom
and
compared to the other
he ain't no
podcasts.
small fry. That's a big fish right there, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's up there. But
yeah.
yeah, as far as Kanye goes, man, I just know this is not the same brother from Jesus Walks. You know what I mean? Like
That
from 20
sucks.
years ago, you know what I mean?
But
Like
that was still the same nigga who's outraging, talking about he don't like. I mean, Bush don't like black people, going on the stage, taking Taylor Swift award and talking about his Beyonce. So he been like this the whole time.
He's already been an outlaw. Yeah,
Yeah.
a rebel, not a billions attached. He said, you might be the he said, I am the richest rapper.
To be
Understand
honest,
that.
this is me just thinking. Yo, look at Adidas, bro. Like, yo, remember when Adidas was popping?
Right.
right.
Everybody had Yeezys, bro, and even it was not even just Yeezys. They was having other lines of Adidas coming out. Niggas was rocking them just because they were Adidas. Now look, ain't nobody wearing no Yeezys. Don't nobody wearing no
Not
Yeezys.
even
Ain't nobody wearing no Adidas. Adidas, I think I ain't even gonna front. I think they market is even going down
I
hella
ain't
low.
gonna front. I got a fresh pair of Yeezys
I
that I
still
ain't
wear some. I still wear some Adidas though. I still wear shell toes, bro.
Yeah, I feel you
Word.
on that. Yeah, yeah.
I do. What's wrong with
that's you know
that?
unique from a different era.
I'm not wearing no goddamn Michelle toes, bro. Them shit.
Uh,
Yo, Max, those shits used to be your shits.
I mean, they was, but them shits hurt my feet, nigga. Them shits is mad
uh, I,
hard at the
I,
bottom, hard at the tip.
I mean, I ain't running in them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just walking, just walking from
You
here to
gotta
No, no,
there.
take a
no.
few pics and
Now,
get off with
now,
those.
now, to be
Yeah.
honest, I would rock the shell toes with an Adidas fit if I want to go to Adidas fit. That's if I'm going to Adidas fit. I'm not wearing those Adidas fit, period. But
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not even wearing an Adidas fit no
that's
more.
what I'm saying though. If I do happen to wear shell toes, it has to be with an all Adidas fit. I'm not wearing the all Adidas fit, period. So I'm not wearing shell toes. But I'm just saying, if that was the case, oh shit, malfunction. But yeah, last question I was gonna ask y'all though, how y'all feel about Playboy Cardi going to Kim Kardashian
With
to
the
put,
daughter
huh?
to get West on the song.
Yeah, and not going to him.
Snake.
Please.
Sleaze.
So you said what? Say it again.
Playboy Cardi went to Kim K to put West Little Northwest on the song.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And you
K didn't
know
like that.
and you know Kanye West
Kim
What?
didn't like that. She hated that shit.
who didn't like that?
No,
Kim
Kim liked
Kardashian
it.
didn't like that.
Kim
No, she
Kardashian was
didn't.
allowed. She allowed it.
That's what
Kanye
I'm
West
saying.
didn't like
She
it.
approved it. Kanye didn't
So
like
oh,
that.
so Kanye didn't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kanye West
nigga.
did.
Well, hold up, though. How Kanye did like it? Wasn't Kanye involved in it? What y'all talking
You
about?
gotta
Nigga
listen
said
to the
Cardi.
question
Nigga
again.
said Cardi's a pedophile or some shit, right? Didn't he say some shit like that?
That's because he was fucking with Ruby Rose when she was.
Hold on, I think y'all got y'all news messed up, man. I think
No,
Kanye was involved with that shit. Yeah, in fact, Kanye was on the
no,
song with his
unique,
daughter. What are you talking about?
unique. Did you watch the podcast today? Or
What
with
podcast?
academics and Kanye?
I did. I
Kanye,
watched half of
he
it. I ain't watched
stated
all of it.
he stated in the podcast that that Playboy Cardi went behind his back and tried to real, and that's why he was saying now they're trying to pull my children from me. You get what I'm saying? He was trying to say that these people, them, are trying to go over him and drag his family into it because his family's famous.
So
You get what I'm
Cardi went
saying?
behind Kanye's back and got his daughter on the track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Playboy Cardi.
The
Yep.
same, the same track that Kanye's on.
no.
No.
On Playboy Cardi's album. Playboy Cardi
Yeah,
just came out with a
he
new
just
album.
dropped the album with Northwest on the song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. Because I ain't hear the whole song all the way through either, so I thought Kanye was on that song.
And low key, Kanye West, Playboy Cardi, like really fuck with Kanye West. Like Kanye West really fuck with Playboy Cardi. They make music and all types of shit together. So for you to do that, it's kind of shady. Please,
I don't. Sometimes I don't be believing all this stuff either, though,
but you
man.
don't
I be
believe.
feeling like I don't know, man. Kanye always try to play victim, and I hate that shit because
But, but
I,
man,
I honestly, I honestly think he be knowing what's going on. He just act like he don't. He be act like somebody's against him and doing stuff that he already knows going on, man.
nigga, if you
I
ask
be,
Yeah,
my,
but
if
if
you go
I,
behind, if you go ask
I'm a
my
producer. I'm Kanye West.
right, he's a legend, nigga. You gotta respect this shit. And if you go behind my back and ask my wife, can you put my son or daughter on a song
And
and not
she's not even
me?
Kim K's not even in the music industry. Why
Right,
are you even going to her?
right. Makes me think.
Kanye's in the music industry.
Makes me think further what y'all was talking about. Yeah, man, I want to come to you. This nigga Kanye West is bugging, man. By the way, you look good as shit. I've been liking you for my whole life. Like you don't know what them conversations was about.
Fuck that. So
I
I
don't
get
know,
Kanye.
man.
I get Kanye. I kind of get the whole
Ain't
mockery
nobody
and
tell him.
his
Ain't
cosplay
nobody
shit.
tell him. Yeah, go ahead.
I get his whole mockery. I get the outfits. Like I said, I had to watch the video twice to really kind of understand where he was going with it. You know what I mean? Like he's just making a mockery out of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
See, the
Like
only thing I
Right.
could think him doing that is to get his message across. So if you see a nigga with a fucking KKK all black, you like I'm gotta click. First of
I'm
all, that's
doing what I want.
right. First of all, that's clickbait. I see that on the thumbnail. I'm clicking that. Like, what is this
I'm
nigga
doing what
doing?
I want. Custom
Right,
leather,
right.
fire.
And then you're gonna get the message. So he always doing something drastic, so you can get the message. You feel me?
That's it. That's it.
I don't feel bad for Kanye. Ain't nobody tell him to marry that family either.
And
That's up.
that's
That
what he
was
said
on her.
too. That was a big no-no for him. He said 2 months into him even being involved with the family, he knew he wasn't supposed to have kids with him. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And he still chose, and that was his wrongdoings because like the media was saying, he needs to start taking more accountability for his actions. You know what I mean?
And
He's pointing fingers on everything that's being done, but he's controlling a lot of it.
And he's saying who's not his friends and all that. He mentioned Jay-Z. Look, I don't know Jay-Z, but all I do know is Jay-Z let go of a lot of people who are in bad situations today. And Jay-Z didn't put these motherfuckers in bad situations. These people put themselves in these bad situations. So when Kanye says Jay-Z's not my friend, it's only because, man, look at the life you was living. He been cut you off because he knew where you were headed. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you on that.
That, that's how I feel.
I feel you on that. But we're gonna jump into this next topic. Um, the next topic is how y'all feel about John Morant and him doing these gun gestures to different
Hey,
NBA players
hey,
and getting
hey,
fined seventy
that
five.
John Maria from the streets. That's big homie Ja right there.
I'm
Yeah,
tired of people not knowing where they at though,
John
man. I'm
Maria.
tired of people not knowing where they at for real. You
Understanding
know
the
where you from,
surroundings.
but you don't even know where you at right now, and you over here throwing up. You know what I'm saying? It makes no sense, bro.
When you in somebody else's yard and somebody else's court, nigga, you can't. You gotta act as such.
He's the what he did. He bucked him down or some shit. What he was
Yeah, I
doing?
don't. I don't. To be honest, I really don't feel
You know
like.
what's so crazy though? I feel like honestly though, I feel like he was highlighted due to his recent actions because I see a lot of NBA players do this, they do all of these things at the end of the 3-point shoot, a shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
And they do all that.
it be normally like some shit like
Yeah,
you know, or
that's
but
it,
his shit be like this in your face.
nigga. I just shot the ball. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, no, no,
I
no,
just
no, 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 no,
Shots
no.
fired.
You're doing
no,
too.
and
Listen,
not only
you
did he shoot the ball, it was game winning shot.
I get that, but
You get
he
what I'm saying? It
listen.
was the last three of the game.
What
Why
is that
not
word?
send them shots?
Sportsmanship, right? Sportsmanship. There's such
I
thing as
get it.
sportsmanship.
I
So
get
it's
it.
like
I
he's
get it.
doing this to fuck with you. You feel me? Like I'm
You
doing
don't.
this to like aggravate you, like fuck with you. I'm not doing it because I'm actually happy. I'm going to your face and doing this. Da, 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 da. Like I'm fucking with you. That's not good sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, he did it to that. He did it to that one dude from the other team, right?
Yes.
What was his name?
He shot the ball, ran back, and like that's too
I
much.
just feel like it lined up. You know what I mean? I kind of go both ways because John Morant, yeah, he should be being mindful of the judgment placed on him due to his recent actions. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
to do things of that
Right.
nature is kind of outlandish. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? But at the same token, I feel like he was extra highlighted due to his previous actions. You know what I mean? And maybe
That's
it,
exactly what I was gonna say.
it lined up with the way he bucked the dude down or he shit his shots or whatever, and it just lined up the way it looked at crazy, and the media took it further because he was already suspended twice. You know what I mean? Like he already been in the streets on the court. You know what I mean? So they just trying to put two and two together to get four. And that's I don't believe that was really the whole thing. I feel like the media took that further than where it
But
was
that's
supposed to.
his fault though. Just like you
But
said,
that
man.
is
You know
definitely his fault.
he got prior situations. You know what I'm saying? He got caught with a gun before, didn't he?
No, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He was
No,
in a
He didn't
club or
get
something
caught
like
with a
that. He
gun, but
got,
they seen him on social media with a gun.
yeah, he was on a
you know
video
what I'm
on
saying?
waving a gun. Yep.
So you keep getting in trouble for this, and they already think you gangbanging. So you know they watching you. And the first thing you do when they watching you is throw up a gun sign. That's the dumbest thing I ever
Yeah,
seen
he is
about.
dumb.
You know
He's
what I'm
just
saying?
dumb. He's just
You
dumb.
got too much money on the line to be playing games like
Because
that.
another thing is, he one of those dudes. He one of those niggas who got money, got a good life, and you trying to be gangster for what? The nigga had a whole what was it? He was running 3v3s at his house, and he had a white boy who made him mad. The nigga punched the white boy in the face, then went then went in the house and went to go get the gun and put
At
it out
his
on the white
crib?
boy. And the white boy called the police, and
What?
that's how he got suspended. But like, why are you living like that, nigga? You got bread. Who you trying to be tough for?
Yeah, nah.
Like,
It's
was you really
nasty.
gonna shoot him?
You never know.
Like,
Who
was
you
you
trying to
really
prove
gonna
a
do
point?
that, or you just want to scare the
Because
white boy?
a lot of people is looking at him like me, like niggas, you not really like that. You feel me? And he might just be like, I'm gonna show you that I am.
Yeah, because
We
you got to
don't
think
really know
about it.
what he like.
Yo,
I just
but you got
you
to think
right,
about
you
it.
right.
You got to think about it. John Morant may not have. He may or may not have been that guy, right? Let's say he was. He's now under a different spotlight to where it's like in his past life, maybe all of this shit wouldn't have been allowed. You know what I mean? So he'd be fighting that temptation. You know what I mean? To prove to the world who he really is. You know what I mean? Even though he gotta water it down because he's in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So I think he might battle that. You
I'm
know
a,
what I mean? If he was like that, you know what I mean? And if
I'm,
he ain't like that, it's kind of still the same way. You nigga, it's like, oh, you don't think I'm like that? Let me show you I'm like that.
mm,
You know what I
listen.
mean?
I'm a
So
firm believer in
that's a
genetics,
good.
and his father's a little wild like that. You know what I'm saying? Not like
I
crazy.
believe genetics too,
His father always want to be in the spotlight and all
100%.
seen, all kind of on the court and all. So I'm have firm believer in genetics, and I just feel like that's just him. That's how he want to be. You feel me?
He could have been a hothead. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
a
just
lot
think
of
he,
niggas choose sports to match their temper. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas try to dim it down on the basketball court or the football field. You know what I mean? So we really don't know what John Morant was like. You know what I
no,
mean? But
That's true. Like
what I
the
do
kid that
know
killed
is, but
God, the
nah,
kid that kid the kid that killed Gilly's son was a basketball player. You know what
true.
I
you know what I
mean? They
mean?
found out he was a basketball player. saying?
But I feel like that nigga was a
So you know, yeah, it happened.
but I feel like he was already savage before any of the sports shit. Niggas used to be like, that nigga didn't even talk. He just always had a mask on.
Mm.
That nigga
Yeah,
he was on bullshit. So it's like
yeah,
you never know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right, fellas. Well, that concludes our first episode of On the Line podcast. Viewers, if you like what you've seen, hit that subscribe button, click that notification button. Make sure you stand by for all future updates on all episodes. We're gonna be dropping twice a week. Stay tuned. With that being said, until next
Let me say
time,
one thing. Let me say one
go
thing.
ahead, fella. Go ahead.
If y'all want the episode to be a little longer, drop it in the comments. Drop it in the
Right,
comments.
right. Feedback is always, always, always appreciated. You know what I mean? Questions, comments, concerns, compliments, anything, drop that shit in the chat. We'll make sure to get back to you. Until next time, peace.
Salute.